Okay, we are recording. Hello, everybody. I'm here to welcome Diana Forbes. She's one of our Oasis Box members, and she's here to share her experience with us with Oasis Box. How are you, Diana?
I'm good. How are you today, Layla?
Good, very good, very good. Excited about this conversation. So, how about you start by just letting us know a little bit about your life and, as a mom, and then we'll take it from there.
Sure. I am a life coach for business moms, just like total life. So my schedule is really flexible, but my daughter has been home the past year doing virtual learning due to the coronavirus, the pandemic. So it's been hard. Like it's just been juggling things. It's trying to support others, trying to support your own family, and especially having an only child, trying to keep her doing things that are social and fun and feeling connected to other people. That's been hard. And yeah, like without burning out, because
Right.
we're trying to give her all these things, but sometimes even the stuff we give her, like she gets tired of, because we're all the same three people under one roof. So we're happy it's summer and it's starting to get to where we can go outside more and do more outside and socialize more, with masks and distancing and all that kind of stuff.
Right, right. Yes, coronavirus has been a little bit tough. A little bit is an
A little bit.
understatement of the century. Yeah, it's been tough on families, and I totally understand that. So how about gardening, and how has gardening been like? Why do you think that gardening is important to be part of your child's life?
Yeah, I tried to do gardening before I got pregnant with my daughter, Emma, who is 8 now. And it was fun. I liked it, but something would always go wrong. And I would give up. So here we are, she was 7 when I started this. And I'm like, it's a kit that tells me what to do. And I can't mess it up because I have somebody to guide me. This is perfect.
Right, awesome, awesome. That's
Yeah.
what I want to hear, and that's the purpose of it, right? Especially the step-by-step guides that come
Yes.
with your seeds. So yeah, that's the purpose, and I'm so happy to hear that. So
Yeah.
so I guess that's kind of the reason you. So how did you tell us a little bit about how you came came to know about the Oasis Box, and how
Of
did that?
course. Well, being a business owner, I've interacted with you in a couple of groups, and I knew that you did this gardening, like teaching for teachers and also for parents. I was a teacher like 20 years ago, and I'm like, I love this. I love that, you're making it as simple as possible to actually try this stuff out. And so I'm not a teacher anymore, but as a parent, we're trying to eat healthier, to know where our food comes from. And we're a very typical family. Like we eat crap. we eat,
Well, we
we
all
go
do.
out.
We all do. And that's totally like normal, right? You don't have to
So
be.
it's nice to be able to say, hey, let's try planting these things, and to have her have a hand in it, to see where it comes from, to know why it's good to have lots of vegetables and fruits, and to balance out our normal life with more intentional choices that are going to help our bodies and come from the earth. And they always spark really good conversations. And then she's so proud of what she's done that she wants to eat those things. So I think it's a very authentic way of trying to fuel our bodies in a better way, but not be like, we need to diet, we need to eat all these like virtuous things. It's like, how do we want to fuel ourselves, and how can we do this in the way nature intended?
Oh, that's a very good way of putting it. I couldn't have put it better myself. So yeah, that's totally like, so to make gardening essentially part of your regular life, and growing food being part of a normal part of life, and then taking them and eating them not only tells them where it comes from, but it actually makes it like a natural, normal habit of the day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Instead of, as you said, making it such a big deal to be eating healthy food, and then rejections and struggles and all of that comes into play. But when if
Yeah.
it's part of the natural life,
Yeah. Like
yeah,
not labeling things bad or good, but when you plant something and even like choosing organic soil versus not organic soil, well, why? Like what goes into soil that's not organic? Oh, okay. Well, what can we make a better choice here? Why not? Why not start from this better choice if we're going to be intentional about it?
oh,
So,
that's wonderful. Yeah, that's right. And that kind of brings me to the themes that we have, right, in the boxes. How have you been, did you like the fact that they're themed and everything goes around the same topic? And do you want to speak to that a little bit?
sure. I wasn't sure what you were going to do in the winter months because you can't always grow things. So I love that there's always something to focus on. There are some regular features of the boxes. Like she always goes for the coloring page first.
Oh,
Always.
nice.
That and the collectible tag and sticker. She likes that. She likes to see sort of what we've learned about and how like collecting more. She's really big into that right now. All the collectibles.
Yeah, that's why the collectible items are in there. Those are for the kids who really like the idea of collecting
Yeah.
good things. And we
Yeah.
want these tags, like the mantra of the month tags and all that, to be good things. And
Yeah.
actually, there's a new thing that's coming up in this box. Spoiler alert! So we are including a cork that looks
Oh,
like
fun.
a pot. So yeah, and
Yeah.
it actually sticks. So you can actually stick it somewhere, and then you can collect all the tags in one place. So
Oh,
that
nice.
would that would be
She'll really
more
like that.
helpful. Yeah, and we would also include the push pins.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
and these are not plastic, as you know. We don't include any plastic
Mhm.
in our boxes, so it's all biodegradable in some way. So these are actually wood. They're either wood or metal. So I've been ordering them, and I'm really, really excited about them. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
these types of things is one of the reasons that I have to close the doors, right?
Hmm.
Because I need to know my numbers so that I
Right.
know, because I'm ordering things bulk to make them, affordable and to keep the boxes affordable for the members. So yeah, so all kinds of exciting things like that are coming along. And yeah, so that's why we want to close the doors and serve the members who are in the club already much better, because I have so many ideas and there's so many things. Oh, I'm sorry about that. The phone is ringing.
That's okay.
Hopefully somebody will,
They're trying to order.
answer it. let's, let's
They're
see
trying to
that
order their
one.
boxes.
See, somebody answered it. Yay. Yeah,
Yeah.
hashtag working from home, right? What can
Right.
we
Exactly.
do?
But you were saying about the themes, like I feel like every time we get a box, we know what to expect with surprises. Like we know there's going to be some kind of interactive activity. And some of them, I look at them and I'm like, what is this? She's trying to make me learn again. And we play it and I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. Like I'm learning along with my daughter how,
Oh.
the different layers of the ecosystem work. And, like there's some really thoughtful activities in
Oh,
there.
yeah, thank you. Yes,
And
yes. You put a
and the
lot of effort.
planting, like the planting, I'm like, oh, yep, poke the holes, sub irrigation, all this stuff. Like I feel like when I opened the box, at the beginning, I felt like it was a heavy lift of doing everything. But
Mhm.
once you get to the second or third month, it's like, oh yeah, I got my soil here, I've got my push pins here. Let's grow this month's thing. It gets
Oh,
really easy.
awesome. Yeah, yeah. And another thing is that not all, like, I don't think any of our members always does everything in every one of the boxes
Right,
that arrive, right? So the
right.
boxes are full of different types of activities, but not everything is for everybody. We want to
Hmm.
be, looking at it holistically and addressing the needs of different types of kids and with different needs and different age groups, right?
Hmm.
So for families who have more than one child, so we want all of them to get involved and work together. So we include a lot of different things, and it doesn't mean that if you didn't do everything every month, then that's a bad thing. Sometimes just one activity in that box is all you need, to get you through the material. And the piece that we really would like to encourage everybody is to do the actual growing part, right? And that's why we have that, as you know, in the Garden Wins card that we have. So the points that the kids are collecting, we want it to be actually, that is 9 points,
Right.
out of 20, because we want them to be encouraged to actually do the growing thing. But again, like as you said, your daughter goes right for the coloring paper because that's what attracts her, and that's what introduces her to the box. And that's totally okay. Every child is different, and every child is introduced to the box with a different thing and activity. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I kind of feel like we chatted about all the questions that I wanted to ask you, but what do you really, so if you were to pick one out of everything that comes in the boxes, one item or one aspect of the box that you love the most for your daughter, which would that be?
I think it's the growing activity that the card you include has the illustrations, the details, you have little tips and notes. So like, I never have to second guess myself if I'm doing it right. This is last summer was the first summer we actually grew stuff and harvested stuff. We had kale chips, we had tomatoes. I have never grown tomatoes fully. These worked. Lettuces, things like that. I can't wait to get started on this year's garden. So just to have that pride of I did it. And that's because of how well you set us up. And then the Facebook group is included too. So I know that I've directly tagged you and said, hey, is this right? Or what should I be looking for? And just having that one-on-one feedback gives me the confidence to do it. I'm not going to screw this up because I've got help.
That's awesome to know. That's awesome to know. Yeah, that is the main piece that everything else goes around. The growing activity guide, that the step-by-step activity guide. Awesome. That's great. Anything else you want to include and tell me?
Just that I appreciate that you've also taken this from the kids' point of view. Obviously, that's what it took to get me to grow a garden. You have to talk to me I'm in elementary school. But this makes it a shared activity. This is something that we can do, until she goes off to college. We can just plant something every summer together and harvest these things. She loves making salads and, like I said, the kale chips. So you've provided this bonding experience that, maybe she'll carry on as an adult. So it feels like a really valuable use of our time and money to, this is very worthwhile, and she's learning.
Awesome.
And we get to eat.
Exactly. You get tomatoes at the end of it. So that's something. Awesome. So if there are parents right now, because as you know, we're closing the doors to new members, and people have a little bit of time still until the 15th of April, midnight Eastern time, to join us. If there are parents out there who are sitting, or grandparents, because we do actually have grandparents, a lot of grandparents in our community as well, who are thinking about this, and they're on the fence and they don't know if they should, what would you tell them?
I would say if you're considering some kind of gardening experience, I think this is a great value for what you provide. I think I posted in the group, I went to Lowe's last spring and I was looking for some kind of gardening activity for her. And it cost me, I think, $20 they gave me 3 cans, 3 dirt pellets to have dirt in the cans, and I could grow basil and something. So for $20, that is all I got. There were no activities. You just do it and you grow it. And if I didn't grow it the right way, they would have died. So I think all inclusive, the package is about $30 per month with shipping.
Yeah.
and it's less if you buy it for a year. So that is that's totally in line with a lot of the box subscription clubs I see for kids. And it's even a little on the lower side. And I think you get more out of it. Like you get to get your hands in the dirt and you get to grow food. And I think it's a really valuable box subscription that you're going to get a lot of mileage out of. And it's, like I said, the value I think is very good. So I would recommend trying it. Like try it, start out with a box, get the monthly subscription, and then you'll probably change to a yearly subscription like I would do.
Okay, so I'm going to let Laura know that you're going to be switching. Yeah, and again, there's no pressure, right? Even with the annual subscription, at the end of the year, you can cancel, right? But the monthly thing is, the good thing is that you get to actually try, and as you mentioned, you still have the option to switch to annual whenever you want to do that. So
Yeah.
And us closing the doors doesn't mean, so if you're in, then you can switch between plans and you can downgrade and upgrade and do different things with it. But if you close the doors, then we've closed the doors, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, at least give it a try. Is a good
Yeah.
good thing to.
And what better time than April? I mean, this is when everything starts. You started us off with these activities. Things grow over the summer. We have the fall plants in the fall, like the cooler crops. And then even in winter, you had us growing different things. Like there were some things that could handle the cold better, and you told us where to put them in our houses or how to shield them from the cold. So yeah, like get started in the spring and you're set for, indefinitely. Come join us.
Hopefully. Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you so much, Diana. Thank you. I know that you're a busy mom and you're an entrepreneur yourself, and your life is really, really busy. So I really appreciate your time with us, and I hope that everybody got their questions, some of their questions at least answered in this chat. And I look forward to sending you your boxes and you switching to the annual plan and all that.
Excellent. No, it's my pleasure, and I'm so glad to be included. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Say hi to Emma for me. Bye-bye.
I will. Thanks.